find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Detroit Lions.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
A first down throw for Cousins. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Here's 2nd and 10. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but a guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw is Cousins. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To the air again, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
And Detroit back in possession of the football.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. Oh, good move. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. No score after 1 on EA Sports. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now it's Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Sheldon Richardson drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down.
And when you think of the Vikings, you think of a team that brings a lot of pressure to the quarterback, but a surprise in 2020, only 23 sacks as a unit last year. So they're in need of bigger production from their pass rush in 2021. Remember, last year's numbers, they were in the bottom 5 in the NFL. No way they want a repeat of that.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They go play action. Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And he's brought down. A 1st down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
And it shouldn't come as any surprise that you say Adam Thielen made a catch, and it was for a 1st down. He comes off another solid season, over 900 yards receiving, one of the best route runners in the NFL.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Cousins now. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
And Viking fans spent plenty of time wondering how they were going to replace Stephon Diggs when he left for Buffalo. But I think most would agree now that Justin Jefferson was the best rookie receiver in football last year. 88 catches for an even 1,400 yards. I would say the numbers don't lie.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. They'll throw again. Cousins. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Cousins to throw it. Got an open man finding Jefferson. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Throwing is Cousins. Able to shake him off. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Aleem McNeil able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
And we always talk about sacks as a sign of defensive pressure. Well, the Lions also talked about how you affect a quarterback in the pocket. They had the fewest quarterback pressures in the entire league last year. So upgrading, that was a priority.
Touchdown! It's complete. D.D. Westbrook, a 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. No problem there on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Raymond now on the return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Goff. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now a first down throw. Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Second and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Goff. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Third quarter starts with a run from Swift. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson. And that'll bring up second down. Here's a handoff to Swift. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Third and long. It's Goff. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
2nd and 7. Throwing, Cousins. Open man here is Conklin. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Here's a quick throw to Thielen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll take this one down near the 15. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it to football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Cook. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Raymond now on the return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's Goff and the Lions. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little under a minute 50 remaining. They've yet to dent the scoreboard tonight. Now they've got to do it twice late if they want a chance here. On 1st down, it's gone. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. DeAndre Swift, the intended receiver that time. But it'll be 2nd down.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies. It's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Goff able to find Perriman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Goff throwing again.
He'll find Swift out of the backfield.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Goff now looks to throw. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 24 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now gone.
It's another pass to Pyramid, and it's complete.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. Williams brings it in. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun, Goff. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, this crowd is on pins and needles now because anytime you see the ball heading for the end zone, you really hold your breath, and they come out of their seats. That one falls incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.